All right, at this time, we want to thank you for coming out to the Friendship Place Gala. And it's going to be an auspicious occasion. It's going to be an incredible, legendary event as usual. I've been working with Friendship Place for several years as one of their hosts, one of their official DJs, and Jean-Michel has been on the front line, as you know, to end homelessness in Washington D.C. for some time now. Show your love right now for our leader in charge, the man that runs the show, Jean-Michel.
Thank you so much, Easy. It wouldn't be a Friendship Place event without Easy, and to catch him on the radio weekend, so I encourage you to do that. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for your support. This is truly a remarkable celebration, 30 years of our work, helping people rebuild their lives in the D.C. metropolitan area, and we get to do this thanks to your support. So we are deeply grateful for what you do for us. We are proud of the work to help people realize their dreams. We're not done, however, because every year several thousand people come our way, men, women, children who need our help to rebuild their lives. So we're going to continue the work, and our mission goes on. This is why it's critical for us to keep creating new solutions to end homelessness. We continue to serve our homeless neighbors, to help them get back on their feet and into housing.
Let's raise our glasses for the success of the Hope campaign and for the 30 years to come. Cheers. I have to drink, otherwise in France it brings bad luck. So champagne. and now, ladies and gentlemen, as no one goes better with champagne than Chris Rodriguez, I want to introduce Chris, the Vice President of Friendship Place, in charge of external affairs. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you everyone for being here tonight. It really is an amazing crowd. More folks are coming. A big presentation is going on later on this evening. It's going to be just a lovely next few hours when we get to celebrate with each other. Everyone in this room has had a role in making Friendship Place the organization it is today. We have founders, we have board members, current and past, we have people who we've served, we've had staff from across the years, and that's really what's most powerful, is that we've got this sense of history that continues and just keeps serving the community. And Jean-Michel mentioned that number, 30,000 people. That is phenomenal over the course of 3 decades. So please, everyone, give yourself a round of applause. You do made that possible.
So we started out as a community council for the homeless, bringing together different community stakeholders to quotes unquote do something. And we got the congregation network off the ground, and we got the street outreach worker off the ground, and the van, and other initial services. But when it came time, as Mary was saying, to address the fact that we didn't have a place to come into, it was Sister Mary who really spearheaded that and insisted on this idea that she had for the day center. She wanted a warm, welcoming, hospitable, accessible place, dignified place for homeless people to be able to come in and actually access service. And to her great credit. And then Don Boardman, of course, was the great mover and shaker with Claudia Coonrod, and Lisa Adams was extremely involved, as were so many others, in the preparation, the identification of the space, the preparation of the space, and making it the beautiful space, transforming it into the beautiful space that it became. A whole bunch of volunteers had conducted an overnight census in Ward 3 and had identified more than 100 homeless men and women living in alleys and garages and woods and all over the place in the neighborhood. So that put to bed the argument that we don't have any homeless neighbors.
The bridge that I remember being part of being built was because of St. Luke's Shelter, which was the first really interdenominational group that I had ever worked with. And that was such an important part of it, because I think Friendship Place, the community council for the homeless at Friendship Place, was equally interdenominational, interfaith. And I think that was an important part of it, because we all came together based on faith and passion and belief that we could somehow find a better way to stop saying no.
The earliest accomplishments, and I think it's something that Friendship Place has really, really carried on, is changing the sense of the possible around doing something useful to address homelessness. So I can just say that I'm completely blown away by how Friendship Place has grown and developed over its 30-year lifespan. And no, I could never have imagined how it has flourished and been of such great service at this stage.
With the things I've been knowing, when that makes the tall grass bend into leaning, suddenly the raindrops that fall have a meaning, sprinkling the scene makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back now that I have some direction. It sure would be nice to be back home where there's love and affection. And just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time be my friend. Let me start again. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, but know where I'm going. And oh, if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we try and stay, or should we run away? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it taught me to love. So it's real,
Let's get a round of applause for Miss Alyssa Giselle.
Thank you. How about another round of applause for Alyssa, sounding beautiful, for that all-important word, especially on a night like tonight, home. Welcome to the Friendship Place 30th Anniversary Hope Gala. I am pleased to be with you this evening to serve as your host. And I'd like to thank all the supporters and the sponsors who made tonight possible, including the Ambassador of France in this beautiful place where we are tonight, because technically we are in France tonight. We are super fancy tonight, and it's beautiful. So thank you to all of our supporters. Together, we can fulfill the mission statement of Friendship Place, ending homelessness, rebuilding lives. From its initial days as a group of committed community members to its current state as a leading organization working to end homelessness in Washington, D.C., Friendship Place has truly exemplified the spirit of that one simple word, yes. Friendship Place now serves 3,400 people each and every year. People who access housing, jobs, supplies, and above all, hope. It is amazing that for over 30 years, because technically I was told by Jean-Michel it's 31 years, but 30 years has a nice ring to it, right? But it's 31 years we're celebrating. It's been an amazing 30 years. You have met the needs of over 30,000 people. That deserves a round of applause. You truly define the concept of a caring neighbor. And we're pleased to be here this evening to celebrate this amazing organization, the people it serves, and all of you who have made its work possible. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Jean-Michel Gero, and President and CEO of Friendship Place. Jean-Michel has been with Friendship Place since 2006. He has decades of experience in human services, psychiatric rehabilitation, and recovery. He is the paragon of the person-centered approach needed to create effective services. And under his visionary leadership, Friendship Place has launched countless innovative programs and grown from serving just 300 people to the giant in the field that it is today. Please put your hands together and welcome Jean-Michel.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Alison, for the very kind introduction, and thank you all for being here this evening to celebrate with us, to celebrate these 30 years of services to people experiencing homelessness, first in Upper Northwest and now in the region with this national reach we have through best practices. For those of you who may not know me yet, I am Jean-Michel Gero, the President and CEO of Friendship Place, and celebrating 16 years of service, which has been a wonderful experience for me to serve with such a great, dedicated community, people who make things happen, people who get involved. I'm very grateful. I would like to thank Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton for being here with us this evening. Thank you. And DC Council Chairman Phil Mendelson was here too. So wonderful to have the two of you. I would also like to thank Marie-Hélène Zavala, who directs La Maison Française. This is where we are. And the staff who always help us with events. We feel part of the house. I said it earlier. It's really true. The staff at the consulate also, at the embassy, we appreciate your support. Un grand merci à tous. Many thanks to all of you. I would also like to thank, of course, His Excellency Philippe Etienne, Ambassador of France to the United States, for hosting the gala, and the gala co-chairs and committee members for your support. Unfortunately, as some of you already know, the ambassador was called into a meeting at the State Department with Secretary Blinken and had to go. He sends his regrets. At this point, I would like to pause to honor two departing board members. So I'm going to ask Bruce Grimes and John Forlines to come to the stage, please. We have a plaque for you. If you are in the room, and because I can't see you. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll start with John, who has just joined us. John has served in an exemplary way as our treasurer. John is a congregant at the National Presbyterian, and your level of dedication and the way we work together, you and I, John, is something that I will always remember and that I have really appreciated. John is moving to the Carolinas, leaving us, but staying as a volunteer on the finance committee on Zoom. So thank you for everything you have done for us. Deeply grateful. Bruce Grimes is a congregant from Cleveland Park Congregational. He has served on the board for a long time. He is at term limits, 8 years, and he has been our secretary, and quite a secretary. You know, it's a very difficult job to be the secretary of a board like Friendship Places. And our minutes are exceptional, the dedication, and everything else, Bruce. We will miss you, but I know you're not going too far, and we're going to stay connected, right? We're going to have lunch and talk about that. So thank you so very much to both of you for everything you've done for us. I appreciate it. Over the last 30 years, Friendship Place has helped over 30,000 men, women, and children who have come to us seeking a fresh start. We've crafted person-centric solutions, as we like to call them, for each person who came our way for help, making sure children did not sleep in cars or at ER waiting rooms. Friendship Place was launched by a vision and a dream, the vision of our founders and the dream of community members who knew that we could do better in serving people in these alternative ways, and we keep growing in that direction. We have been serving our homeless neighbors. We coined the phrase these 30 years ago. You saw some of the founders on the video, and some are in the room with us. So if you'd like to stand, some of the folks who have served on our board, please, and some of the founders, please stand so we can applaud you. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to see all your faces. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Our founders were visionary leaders. They were fueled by a desire to make things possible for people all around them in the neighborhoods. They were moved by a sense of compassion, and above us, a sense of hope. And that is why we named our 30th anniversary campaign the Hope Campaign. The spirit of hope pervades the work the staff, participants, volunteers, donors, congregants, and community and government leaders do to help us accomplish our mission at Friendship Place. Hope inspires us to do this work every day. Hope comes in the form of housing at Friendship Place and in many other forms too. Over the last 30 years, we have increased our capacity to offer housing solutions by looking at new possibilities every time they came our way, as soon and as much as we could. Like Housing First, which took us from Upper Northwest to the city level, and like Rapid Rehousing for Veterans, which took us to the regions level. These new models we trusted and invested in gave us greater capacity each time and more resources for the people coming our way for help. We've grown our model from helping only single adults in the beginning to developing specialty programming for families, youth, veterans, always blending private funds with public funds so we could catch people on time and not leave anybody behind. Thank you to all the donors in the room, because you make this possible on the private side, and we get to do this through your generous support. Thanks to you, we're able to meet people where they are and to meet each person's need now. And now is essential in homeless services. From the early days of Zeke's House, Veronica House, the Haven Metropolitan House, and I know many of you remember them in the room, and the other congregational shelters like Crossroads, we drew the know-how to run larger facilities like the Brooks, a short-term housing facility for families, La Casa, where 40 highly vulnerable men reside, and Valley Place, a brand new model short-term housing for single adults coming in homelessness and leaving in permanent supportive housing in 90 days. We have always been driven by the belief that we must put people first, and it drives us at Friendship Place. When employment became a dire need after the 2008 crisis, we developed Job First, our flagship job placement model, which, along with other models, is helping move the field forward at the national level. I am delighted to share with you that Job First was adopted in the D.C. legislation last year, thanks to our advocacy effort. Friendship Place has what it takes: an excellent programming and clinical base paired up with an incredibly vibrant community that makes everything we do possible. This is a powerful blend. And what has happened in Upper Northwest in the last 30 years is an example for the rest of the country. Neighbors pooling their resources together started a movement that keeps on growing and inspires other community members across the country. At Friendship Place, we have always looked toward the future, working on prevention even before the model was recognized. And now we want to look upstream to help people who are seeing early signs of destabilization, to root out homelessness before it even starts by strengthening households before the downward spiral activates. We want to do more work on reentry with returning citizens. We want to grow our youth programming. We want to increase our job placement capacity, to welcome more people into permanent supportive housing, and to do more for veterans. We want to work with the city to grow the new bridge housing model, and we want to do more to fight systemic racism and promote LGBTQ+ inclusion. Our vision is wide and ambitious, but I am reassured by the fact that you will stand by us all the way as we make it come true. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I am pleased to be with you at this important event that, among other things, honors 3 icons for the work they have done. First, I want to thank Friendship Place for sponsoring this event and for the work they're doing in assisting people experiencing homelessness in the National Capital Region. This gathering is an opportunity to recognize Virginia Ali, Secretary Dennis McDonough, and Rahum Devon for their incredible work. Tonight, I want to focus for a few minutes on the one I know best, and that is Virginia Ali. In the summer of 1958, Ben Ali and his fiancée, Virginia Rollins, who was 24 at the time, founded Ben's Chili Bowl. The restaurant is now a cultural icon in the district and has served everybody from the high and mighty, like the great Duke Ellington and President Obama, to typical citizens here in the district and in the from the National Capital Region. Ben's Chili Bowl stands as a living testament to DC residents' long history of bouncing back from hard times. Under the management of Ben and Virginia, Ben's has weathered many storms, including the April 1968 riots following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. The Alis got permission from the city to stay open past curfew and serve food to police officers and firefighters, as well as civil rights activists. Ben and Virginia were challenged yet again during the construction of the U Street Metro Station, which forced many businesses to close. Ben's Chili Bowl remained open and in fact fed many of the construction workers until the station's completion in 1991. Now approaching its 64th anniversary, Ben's is a historic landmark in the district, and as its co-founder, I want to thank Virginia Ali for starting and for maintaining this restaurant that holds a special place in our hearts. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, what can I say? This is very special to be here this evening and to be recognized by a great organization like Friendship Place. Makes me feel really very happy. It's been my pleasure, though, to serve our community for the past approaching 64 years this August. And I've had the pleasure of serving people from all walks of life, from presidents all the way down. And I'm just grateful to have had that opportunity. And I thank you tonight for this very special recognition. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Where's my photo? Where's your photographer? Oh. It's you. Okay. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
We are so pleased this evening to give our Cultural Ambassador Award to Raheem Devon. As Allison mentioned, he is a Billboard-topping artist. He is a Grammy-nominated artist. He's the Love King of R&B. But the reason why we're here tonight is because of his philanthropy. We've worked with Raheem many years with our Feast with Friends. You have come, Raheem, and spoken to the people we serve as part of that event, and that has been very powerful, very meaningful. And so that just echoes through all the work that we do and you do, and it's such a pleasure to be able to be part of this work with you here. We mentioned the Love Life Foundation, that works to build the social development, the education, the wellness of young people and others, and it's been recognized by others throughout the world as well. The Key to the City Award is something that has been given to you from the Washington D.C., and so we are pleased this evening to join the many people who have already honored you in offering you our Cultural Ambassador Award. Please come up, Raheem Devon. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Friendship Place. And wow, thank you so much. It's humble, it's very humbling to accept this award. As human beings, we're here to be of service to others. Like, I don't know any other way to say it. As the world continues to change and evolve, we just been through a global pandemic. There's a lot going on with the economy, and people are being displaced. Mental health is a big thing right now. Let's continue to help those in need and encourage individuals and help those, and most importantly, it's about dignity. You know what I mean? We don't do what we do. On nights like this, it's beautiful to be acknowledged for the work you've done, but I think the most important thing is like helping one restore their dignity and keeping their dignity in a tough time of need. Again, thank you so much, and appreciate you on behalf of myself and my foundation, the Love Life Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jean-Michel. Good evening, everyone. I must say first, welcome to all of you, and thank you for being here. I have been waiting for this evening for years, so it is here. So enough about me. We at Friendship Place are able to help hundreds of veterans every year. We started out with one staff member working with veterans. And once those who know came in and took a look around, They said Friendship Place is doing it right. We asked to do more, and they said yes. So today we help hundreds of veterans. We ran a campaign, or a campaign was run years ago. It takes a hero to ask for help. And I can understand that, because a veteran sometimes goes from running things to their life being totally out of control. And they don't want to face up to the fact sometimes that I need help. But that has changed. We're very happy to say that has changed. I'm one of the veterans that has been helped by Friendship Place. One of my friends, Shelley, who is on our Speakers Bureau, she has been helped by Friendship Place. I don't know a lot of names. If you ask people about me, they say names will bounce off my head. But just know that we are doing it right for veterans every day of the year, 365 days a year. Again, thank y'all so very much. I want to hit y'all with one thing. Since this is a military thing, sometimes I call my friend Jean-Michel General. He does not like that. And I have not told anyone until now why I call him General. I started in the military where, you protect the flag. We were having an event one day a few years ago, and some stuff fell over, and our banner fell on the floor. Jean-Michel saw this and stopped what he was doing right that second and said, our flag doesn't belong on the floor, and he went over and picked it up. That's why I call my friend Jean-Michel General.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alan. Thank you for sharing. And what Alan does for us brings so much value to Friendship Place, so much meaning. Somebody who has a life experience in homelessness and shares with us and really helps us make the important decisions. At Friendship Place, we like to have somebody with life experience at the table every time we make the important decisions. And that's what Alan and people like Alan who have that experience help us do. He's modest. He's also serving on the board of the National Alliance to End Homelessness. He's protected 2 presidents, U.S. presidents. He's a missile base. He's done amazing things. So this award is a first, and we'll have it every year, and it goes to Secretary Dennis McDonough of the Department of Veterans Affairs. We are grateful for the Secretary's leadership at VA. It's a renewed commitment. Now, I was at a conference recently when some of the VA staff spoke, and VA wants to do things a lot. There's lots of funding, lots of possibilities, and as Alan told you, we went from 1 position to close to 35, and serving just D.C. to D.C. Metro, the 8 counties around us. That's close to 1,000 people a year when you count everybody in the household. The work with VA has been amazing. They are a wonderful partner. They are progressive. They keep their model continuously evolving, which is just what we like to do at Friendship Place, because models will get stale if you don't. They have support from the Commission for Accreditation of Rehabilitation Facilities, CARF. Their model was researched at the University of Pennsylvania by Dennis Culhane and his team, and it's truly a rehabilitation model that's an example in the country. VA gave credit for the first time at the national level to rapid rehousing and made it, gave it the standing it deserves, and it's now the first possibility you offer when you meet somebody because it is effective, it's also cost effective, and allows people to grow beyond the organization when there's a possibility. As Shelley, who Alan mentions, often says, you believed in us. We knew when we came, and Shelley came with 2 generations under her as a Coast Guard veteran. You knew that we were resilient enough to build back quickly, and that's what the model is all about, a hand up, and it works with veterans. Serving veterans has been a rich and transformative experience for us at Friendship Place in the last 11 years. SSVF values quality in the service delivery and always puts veterans first. It's an inspiration to us all at Friendship Place and to service providers across the country. The Secretary could not be with us this evening, but we'll make sure he gets his award. So thank you for listening to me.
Tonight is our distinct pleasure to honor Nan Roman. Nan's work with the National Alliance to End Homelessness has inspired and driven not just the work of Friendship Place, but that of the entire field of homelessness services. Nan truly exemplifies what it is to dedicate one's life to improving the lives of others. As one of the founders of Friendship Place, it means the world to me to have had Nan in our corner, leading the fight. Let me turn it over to Jean-Michel for additional comments.
Thank you, June. And June is one of my old board chairs, so this is wonderful to partner with you on this and be back together. Nan is an exemplary leader. She has been serving on our board since 1999, a long time. She has been serving at the National Alliance a bit longer, and she's really moved the entire homeless services field forward at the national level, having the hard conversations on the Hill, securing resources for people who need them, fostering a greater understanding of people experiencing homelessness, and making sure that people are served with kindness and in an effective way. She has a great sense of vision. She's also the kindest board member you can have, always supportive, always ready to help when we need her during these difficult conversations sometimes. And it's just great to work with you, Nan. And I'd like to tell an anecdote. When I started at Friendship Place, we housed 27 people. Nan and I had coffee, and she told me, you know, Friendship Place is great, but you've got to grow it. So Nan, I've tried to grow it for you. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. I would like to say that this is the inaugural Nan Roman Award for Exemplary Compassion and Service in the fight against homelessness, and that Nan has graciously agreed to make this award inaugural. So it is the first of many to come, these awards will allow us to honor advocates and practitioners like Nan for their exemplary and compassionate work to end homelessness. Thank you so much, Nan. Please come up. You forgot about that coffee. I'll do it. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jean-Michel and June, both so much for that. And thank you to Friendship Place for this award. It's definitely especially very meaningful to receive it on the anniversary of your 30th year, our 30th year, helping people to escape from homelessness. I say that because although I'm deeply grateful for and admiring of Friendship Place's fantastic work over the past 30 years, I'm also sad that it is still necessary for us to be doing this work after 30 years, because homelessness overall in our nation is a problem that we can solve, but we just have not solved it. I myself started working in the affordable housing field in the 1970s, late 70s. At the time, there was not widespread homelessness in the United States. There were plenty of people who were poor, more people than now, who had untreated mental illnesses and addictions. There was certainly pervasive racism, but if someone lost their housing, you could get them into a new place to stay the same day. What has changed between then and now is that then there was an adequate supply of affordable housing for everyone who needed it, and now we are nearly 7 million units short of having enough affordable housing for all the households that need it. This is the shortage that's driving homelessness. And it's like a game of musical chairs. The people who don't get a home are the ones with a strike against them, with a health or behavioral health problem, people of color, women with young children. So of course, most people who are experiencing homelessness need services to get into the housing, and some need ongoing services to stay housed once they are housed. Friendship Place and organizations like it have to be incredibly creative and dedicated to help people escape this untenable situation in which a significant portion of the population just does not earn enough money to pay for what housing costs. And over the years, we have learned how to do that better with innovative new models that you've heard about tonight, like permanent supportive housing, rapid rehousing, critical time intervention, housing first. We've had to improve our strategies so that they're focused on getting people as quickly as we can back into what housing is available, on their feet, employed, and into homes. Friendship Place has been a leader in developing and adopting these best practices. A good example of its tireless work on how is what Jean-Michel just talked to us about in terms of housing homeless veterans. Using the federal models that he talked about and funding that we were able to get to provide both housing and services to homeless veterans. Veteran homelessness in a very short period was cut in half because we know what to do, we just don't do it. In the case of veterans, there's a lot more political will to make it happen. When we want to do it as a nation, and when we have the skilled and innovative partners like Friendship Place, we should be able to end homelessness. I'm grateful to Friendship Place for giving me this award and for naming the subsequent awards after me. Not quite sure how to handle that, but thank you. The work you do is so essential. I'm so proud to be a board member, and honestly, I wouldn't have been a board member for 900 years if you hadn't been doing such a fantastic job. It's just such a great organization. The work you do is essential every day. You protect some of the nation's most vulnerable people, and every day you help them get back on their feet, and that is a life-saving and worthy mission. So I thank you, Jean-Michel, for your incredible leadership, and thank you to the staff for its incredible work, and my thanks to all of you who support Friendship Place and give them the ability to make progress toward the goal that everyone in our wonderful city and our nation has a place to call home.
That was so lovely. Oh my God. Yeah, why can't we do it? Why can't we fix it?
Thank you. And thank you not just for the round of applause, but thank you for all you've done to make that goal something that was achievable. It was an audacious goal, $2 million. That's a lot above what we generally have to raise every year just to do all of the work we do. I'm happy to report right now that of that $2 million goal, we are at $1,982,000. We're only $18,000 away. That's phenomenal. In a difficult time, people came forward, and it was stunning to all of us how during COVID and during the last difficult few years, this community came together to support the work we do and to support people, their neighbors in need. And again, thank you. You all have made our work possible again and again. We do have a goal of getting to that $2 million. We're not giving up. So later on this month, we'll put out something via email and on social media to get to that last 18,000. I think that's totally doable. If you are at all interested in being part of that, I know Chris Kerner has cards with us. You can track her down or send in anything. Or if you text FP Hope to 24365, that's 24 hours, 365 days a year, and it's FP Hope. Just hope goes to somebody else. That's, we don't want that. Yeah, you'll be able to make a donation. And again, thank you all. You've made this evening possible. You've made the last 30 years possible. You've made 30,000 people that we've served. You've made their lives better. And again, please give yourselves a round of applause for that. So, I'm going to turn this over to Allison, who's going to wrap us up here. And then after that, we do have desserts outside, so please enjoy that. So Allison, back over to you.
Chris, I think somebody's got that in their wallet right now. They want to write you a check. Feel free to just write the check for $18,000.
You can find me. I'm around. You know where I look like.
Maybe you could do an award with their name on it?
Yes, exactly. So
okay, we got
Allison
a deal.
promised.
We
I'll
got
give.
a deal. What a beautiful goal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And Chris said it all. That wraps up this portion. I'd like to once again congratulate all the honorees tonight and for all the work that you do 24 hours to put an end to homelessness in our city, and hopefully that will reverberate to around the country and around the world. This portion is over, but dessert is there, and I think Easy Street is about to, get the ones and twos. I see you, Easy, okay. So please enjoy the rest of the evening. They told me to tell you, though, until 9 o'clock, because then we got to go. Have a good night. Thank you for having me.